Welcome to Aftermath Episode 3. I think before I continue reading the script, I'm going to have to simply mention that Distant Nights, which is our SNL campaign, should be starting on this channel, hopefully in about the next month or so. And after that, I actually have a scripted intro for the quick recap, so that I don't forget anything. So we'll just go over a quick recap of where we left off. With our illustrious band of unfortunate misfits, they left their city of Coria, their hometown, and were transported via a magical wooden box over 120 miles south to Mount Glassview. Not that they know the particular name of this mountain. Atop this particular mountain, there is a similar train to Coria, half buried and destroyed, a relic of some ancient battle by the looks of it. Our as of yet unnamed team of brigands entered the train in search of loot and accidentally activated its defences. After fighting off a small number of flying constructs and looting chests, they found a pair of what appear to be strange weapons, arcane in nature. A short rest later, Akane managed to wander away from the group, stumbling upon a huge construct jealously guarding a pile of slightly glowing green crystals. Before the construct got a chance to examine further, it launched a flurry of arcane attacks at her, and we're going to just return to the action in the midst of a frantic combat, with everybody hoping they don't die. And, I believe it's the drone's turn.
Vom, can you please turn his intro into memes?
We're on the
also put us on the map, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Yep.
Kind
And
of
a
helpful.
turn. There's a turn tracker.
My apologies.
Oh God.
Yes, it is the drone's turn.
Can you
Sorry.
ping
Things
it?
back. There we go.
Oh, there
I
it is.
almost,
I found
I
it.
almost forget how much I'm gonna die.
Yes, the answer is very much. And also, yeah, no, we have another announcement, but we'll make that announcement when it comes up.
Ooh, secrets! Ooh.
Spicy.
Secrets that are in Discord
Okay,
with us.
since I had to leave slightly early, what happened to Wakili?
He has been currently prone. The construct leapt 20 feet through the air after backing up, leapt through the air and basically made its bash attack against him, and he failed to make the DC 14 strength save. No, that's not that one. It was... Oh, no, he's just not prone and grappled. Okay. Yeah, he was not prone and grappled.
it's just,
What?
it's just flat, prone and grappled.
Yeah. If it
Okay,
hits with its
what?
attack.
Oh, if it hits, alright.
Yeah, it makes a bash attack, and if it hits, which it does
Wait,
because
so
my
I am
dice love
grappled?
me. Yes, you are prone and grappled. Unfortunately, it will have to release you before it can make a bash attack because it can't ram you whilst holding you. So
How
there's
is that unfortunate?
for me. So, it is the construct's turn. The first thing the construct does, after sort of effectively landing and pinning Wakili with one of its large pincer-like legs, is it has these huge... They are huge, actually. They're about 15 feet long. They're not, they're about 10 feet long. These large, metallic... They're kind of like the wing covers that a beetle has. That's the best I've got for them. Or, as Pandal described them between sessions, like rabbit ears. That rear back, and it fires up a flurry of arcane missiles in much the same way it has been doing throughout this entire combat. It will make an arcane missile attack. Unfortunately, all of these arcane missiles are against Akane.
Oh!
As a flurry of arcane...
Can I shield?
Shield will not help you
you
because this is a
cannot.
save.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, does shield make you immune to force damage? No, it's
Shield
just
makes
magic.
you immune
Shield
to
makes you
magic
magic
missile. This is
Ah,
arcane
that's
missile,
what
which
it
is
is. Yeah.
effectively a more powerful version. As the
That's
construct, effectively, it kind of rears back, releasing Wakili in the process and firing
You
up.
have a D8.
Yeah, you should D8.
You also have to make 4 saves,
Oh, of course.
one for each attack. As the construct rears back, launching up into the back of, launching its these flurry of sort
on one of those. I
of
did
slightly
D8.
glowing missiles
Did the last one.
backwards. And hang on. Thank you.
Oh, D8.
Apologies.
Roll. You can use inspiration if
Yeah,
you
you
want.
can use the inspiration of one of them.
Yeah, you can. You can pick one, sir.
We're going to use the D8. Okay.
Plus 6 on
Okay, so that is
one of them. So you
On any
pass
of them,
3
you
and you
roll.
fail 1. That's
18
disappointing.
damage.
Yeah, as these missiles sort of fly upwards from it and launch into the air, hang for a moment, and then just home in on you. This time, a bit more aware of what's coming for you, you manage to dodge out of the way of most of them, although one does clip you in the chest. The rest impact the ground, dealing significantly less damage. Next up, the creature is going to, having already reared back, it will attempt to ram, this time Sauriv, because you are currently standing. It rears back to make its arcane missile attack, and then it rams itself forward into you, Sauriv.
And misses.
And misses with an 18, as you sort of duck under it out of the way. Just as the kind of pointed front of its body comes towards you, just duck under it. And that makes its turn, because it missed. So, Mathias, you're up.
The beams are continuous now.
Okay.
Oh, my mother.
No, they're not.
Okay, the left beam sputters. Oh, for fuck's I don't
Okay.
even. I can't even.
You even
hit
crit the
that
damage on both.
Yeah,
All I'm going to say
it
is,
smacks
Mathias,
down.
you are currently firing down a crowded hallway towards an opponent. Go ahead and
Oh
make,
no!
Yes, I
more-
am.
make an Eldritch Blast attack.
You already did.
Just did.
An additional one. I take it a 13 doesn't beat your AC, Sauriv.
No.
Okay. So, Mathias, as you pull your hands already up, you just concentrate your energy, continuing to attempt to focus on these arcane beams. Unfortunately, as Sauriv ducks out of the way, as the creature lurches forward, the construct lurches forward, you instinctively lower your hand, and as you do so, it glances down, nearly clipping Sauriv over the shoulder, but missing slightly, and the second beam is again absorbed by the arcane shield around the device.
Cool.
Leave her alone! And I accidentally turned this place into a rave party.
Same. Can I go? Unless Mathias
Move and
wants
bonus
to move
action.
Nah, that's pretty much all I'm good for right now.
Cool.
Alright, that's what you're up.
Distraction.
Sure. Yeah.
You're such a good
15
distraction.
feet, and then let's see. Let's use the dagger of roguishness, and what? I don't think his AC is 20, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah, so the D8 won't help me. Okay.
No.
That's not gonna help.
As you
that's a shame.
slice up with your dagger, but again this arcane shield stuff flares up, catching it in the way, and you have to yank it out of the shield as it almost grabs it out of your hand. But not
Okay,
quite.
well, I'm going to stab with a short sword now. Die. Ooh,
22.
Ooh.
That's 8, but that's non-magical, so that's halved.
yeah.
Does trigger sneak attack though?
Yeah, sneak attack.
It does. Go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, that's right, sneak attack.
And the 9 is halved independently, but it doesn't matter, so that becomes 4 as well.
Okay.
Um,
And
is
then
that
because I
No.
hit it with an attack, I'm gonna use my fancy footwork to get out again.
Okay, so as you sort of wrench your dagger out of the shield, which so far has been better at hitting this thing, you make a last-ditch effort and slice around at one of its legs, the one that was that you were closer to, with your short sword, with your offhand. And despite the fact that the shield flares up, you just push through and you manage to clip the leg, biting into it somewhat, although some of the force was taken out of your blow by the shield, and it halves the damage effectively.
Okay.
And then
Ha-
sort of roll out of the way as it strikes out at you. And
Yeah,
dash back
next
over
turn I'm
there.
going to cast a spell, but yeah, you guys are good to go now.
Cool. So, it's going to take a legendary action.
Oh, you what, mate?
Sauriv and Wakili, I need you both to make me DC 14 strength saves.
Isn't he already knocked prone?
He's grappled.
It will push him. No, he's not grappled,
Just
but
gonna
he is
check
prone.
rage. I
So
do have
I-
advantage.
You do have advantage,
guess-
yes.
I guess I'm slid backwards on the ground.
You are just pushed along the ground, And Sauriv, yeah. So, as Vesztel runs away, the creature blasts out its shield afterwards, right behind you, Vesztel. Sauriv, you see it come and stab your sword into the ground. A huge cleaver into the ground and hold the handle, sort of hunkering down as it washes over you, unmoving. But Wakili is pushed backwards along the floor, 10 feet away from it. Sauriv,
You were going to ruin that sword if you keep that up.
Sauriv, you're up.
Reckless smashy.
Go for it.
And I have 3 attacks because of Frenzy, so
Frenzy Rage, you
Oh
do.
my god.
21. 25.
My fucking man.
Not 10.
My fucking man.
Okay.
Go, Sauriv.
Yeah.
So you
Feels
pull,
good, man.
you yank your sword out of the floor, swing it round, and the first strike goes wide as the creature rears back. Its shield sort of pulling back into itself, offsetting you a little bit as it rears back, but then you slash at it again, and as your sword carves across the front of it, you definitely twirl it in your hands and smash it down onto one of the legs. So you do quite a lot of damage to it. That takes... that is halved, so 5 plus 5 plus 2, basically. 12. I can count. Yeah, you have a bonus action and a movement if you want it, I suppose.
No, my bonus action was my 3rd attack, and I'm not moving.
Oh,
so-
right, yeah. Alright.
That's me.
I think it's Nick.
Hold the line.
Wakili, as you are pushed back, Sauriv just slices into this this creature. You're up.
I just jump up, spending half my movement to do that, and then slide back into the fray. Make 2 longsword attacks.
Nice.
The second one doesn't
Oof.
hit. It
Do you have
doesn't.
inspiration?
And
Do you have a bardic inspiration?
I don't think so. I'm looking over my stuff, and I think I might have already used it earlier for something else.
Yeah, write mine down.
I think you might have done, I'm not sure.
I don't see it marked down, and I'm pretty certain I would have marked something like that down. I'm pretty certain I've used it. So first one hits, second one misses, and I'm gonna do a martial arts,
That's unfortunate.
and
That's also
I'm going
unfortunate.
to spend a key point to perform a stunned strike on that last attack.
What does that do?
Stunned strike. I can spend 1 key point on an attack that hits to make my opponent roll a DC. At this point, it would be DC 14 Constitution save throw, or be stunned until the end of my next turn.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
That's spicy.
I like it.
What
That's
type
a back
of
pocket
effect?
card.
What type of condition is that? Is stunned its own condition?
Yeah,
Yes.
stuns
Looking
its
it
own
up.
condition.
That's interesting because it doesn't have immunity to that. 7.
Ouch.
As
So the creature is now stunned.
yeah, so rushing back forward, you just stab forward, the weight of your movement behind your longsword, and pierce straight through its shield, unerring as you slash straight into it. And you then pull back and slash at it again, but unfortunately the shield sort of flares up and bashes your attack aside. As it does so, you take your second hand sort of off the longsword and punch towards it, punching straight through its shield and dealing probably more damage than your sword did. Oops.
Shall I
Into the wall.
explain? Shall I
So
explain
it's
these stunned conditions?
incapacitated,
Yes.
can't move, and can only speak only falteringly. Attack rolls against you have advantage. You automatically fail strength and dex saving throws.
Yeah, I was reading that over. I was like just trying to figure out like how can I help? How can I help? Oh right, this is really
Incapacitated
fucking
means
good.
You
That
did
was
it
a
good.
back pocket
take
card.
actions.
Good.
The creature also cannot take actions or reactions because it is incapacitated. So it's effectively fucking useless.
Until
That's
the
a
end
back
of my
pocket
next
card.
turn.
Yeah.
That's a back pocket card right there.
Huh.
I don't need to use reckless this turn. Yay!
Yeah. Because you already get advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is it Pandal's turn?
Yeah. Well, it has immunity to all of the other stun, basically incapacitated things. Condition immunity. It has like all of them, but it doesn't have that one because I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
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 Wakili, you would
Pandal.
have saved so many years off the end of my life if you'd done that earlier.
Yeah, well,
Turn to
I didn't
Akane.
even work against the thing made of fucking metal!
It's fine, just do it like more.
If you think I just did it now!
I'm gonna turn to Akane.
Slap
Cast.
her.
No. Cast Cure Wounds using my last second level spell slot.
By slapping her.
By slapping her, sure.
Yeah. Oh man, that was bad
Don't
rules.
get hit by the fucking lasers! And then turn to Ben. And then go,
No,
also
no,
don't get hit by the
no,
fucking
heal Akane
lasers!
with the second. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's my turn.
Who's
So-
that for?
It does
That's
have
about-
immunity to incapacitated. It doesn't have immunity to
Ooh.
stunned.
So
Wait, what?
Oh,
It means it
So
auto fails
technically-
strength and dex saves, and you get advantage against it, but it can take actions.
it can't move either.
you can't move either.
Yes, because what?
You are
Uh,
incapacitated, can't move, and can't speak are separate.
Those
Oh.
are separate things.
Yeah.
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 From who was that aimed for?
Second one.
The second.
Alright.
Okay.
All I know is
Don't
that
make
it's
it-
stuck in place and we got advantage on attack rolls on it until the end of my next turn. So
Nice.
go ham on it, boys.
Oops,
Hey, you said you were changing your color.
that was the wrong button. Oh yeah, I was gonna, but then I decided I wanted to kill all of you.
Also, question, Yargon, are the healings doubled again or no?
Are the healings doubled? The healings are indeed doubled.
Oh,
Wait,
What?
So
wait,
you're
doubled?
double
What?
healing.
so add another
Wait a
9.
minute.
They were doubled last time, I just asked.
Yes,
Magic is
sorry, they
going
are. I didn't see that.
Nice.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
We'll hit health now.
Currently,
Does anyone know why, or
nobody
just
knows
are?
why,
We
but
have
last
no
time,
idea.
It's just happening in the middle of combat, and right at the moment we're kind of
Okay
busy
then.
with something to keep our notice.
last time you did a heal, it was healed. The construct is now looking a little bit worse for wear. It is currently below half health. However, that has triggered a few things.
So,
Damn it.
because this
Oh.
thing is immune to incapacitated,
Mhm.
technically, if we knock it unconscious, it can still take actions and reactions.
It can't be knocked unconscious.
I mean,
It's immune to that as well.
I guess that's fair as a machine thing.
I mean, yeah,
It's like it's
it is a
got
machine, but
immune to all of the likes of sleep and the unconscious and all that kind of conditions because, like, you can't charm it, it can't be poisoned, because obvious reasons.
Can I suggest it?
That's a charm.
That's
that's a
charm.
charm.
Damn it.
So, at this point, it has now taken more than that.
A lot of damage.
Pandal, it was reeling from the previous attack, so it didn't do anything before your turn, but I assume that's your turn, yeah?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, in that case,
Oh, why is it?
it takes a
it
legendary
should be
action to
8?
do this. I don't know why that rolls dice.
Why is the initiative of the thing set to 8?
That was me clicking by accident.
Oh.
Well,
It
it
was
was
20.
20, so.
Yeah, it was 20.
I didn't even mean to click it in the first place, but I rolled. I'll take the first roll because that is the ruling I go with. So, the
Oh,
point
damn
it can
it.
see within range is. Let us see.
Oh, it's gonna like put us behind all of us. Gosh.
Hello, Akane!
Okay.
Boop.
Not like Akane.
Would you guys like me to attack the assistants, or would you guys like me to attack the monster guy?
Up to you.
And
Up to
this is going to.
I mean, it's probably more useful for me to attack him because I have the magic dagger.
And because it's an advantage.
The
so-
magic dagger of sneakiness.
It's actually dagger of roguishness. Get your facts right.
Descending. That doesn't even get a turn until then. Right. It was the end of Pandal's turn.
It was.
By the way,
Which
is this
means
thing supposed to be
Okay,
halfway
it's fine.
through the wall?
All the initiatives are screwed up
So,
for the.
right here,
Okay.
I want to
Halfway through a wall?
fire
What?
this.
Yeah, on my screen it's halfway through the wall.
What is
Oh,
the.
it's fine for me.
The big one.
Oh, and it
that
automatically
fix it?
fails that.
Oh, beautiful.
It auto fails that.
Yeah.
Guys, should I re-roll that one and use
No.
sorcery point?
I got myself.
Oh yeah, roll the one for
Single
sorcery point.
sorcery point.
You're
Yeah,
not-
sing-
Okay, so I want to re-roll that one.
It doesn't.
You never use them anyways.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
All third
There.
double spells.
Four,
So
so
that
that's a
becomes
plus
34.
So
33.
34, yeah. 34.
no, because you're
33.
re-rolling to one, so you -1 and
Yeah,
add
but
4.
that one is...
That would make it 34.
You take
Yeah.
one
Oh, yeah, I
off of
guess it would.
30.
Because you're taking away the
Oh,
one
yeah.
and adding 4.
Yeah.
So
Math.
I'm retarded. We are all
Same.
retarded. So, Akane, you hold your hand up. Hold your hands up as Pandal starts healing you, gathering a fireball between them. Launch it forward, kind of tossing it like you'd toss a baseball. And I'm assuming it's just behind this, so it only hits this thing. Unless you want everyone else to take damage,
Yep.
which I'm entirely okay with.
Right here.
Yeah.
20 feet.
So you fire it, and it just clips it as this massive blast of arcane energy, flaming arcane energy leaps out, and it takes 33 points of damage, as it is burnt to 34, I can count, as it is burnt alive in its shell of non-lifeness.
Cool.
You have movement, a bonus action, and that's it, if you want them.
I don't think I get much bonus action as...
Cool.
I don't have any bonus action spells either.
Just before you loose that fireball, a construct similar to the ones that you've already fought detaches itself from the ceiling, lowering itself into view, directly in front of you guys. For the record, that's what summon assistance.
This is lesser security construct.
Speaking of, it's the lesser security construct's turn. And
Don't
it
shoot
is. Why would you look at that? So,
Oh no.
seeing you hurl a fireball, and despite the what is apparently a very dull intelligence that you can sort of detect behind the eyes of this construct, as it lowers down, it swings its way facing towards you, and again you see the pincer-like, what you now know as a weapon, on the front of the device begin opening up with this blue arcane energy charging between it before it fires out a beam, wide and flat. It fires out a lance beam. That's a DC 15 dexterity save from both Pandal and Akane.
Dex save? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Oh, Jesus.
But still with
Nice.
advantage, but my first one was a net. Damn.
So, wow.
Oof.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, both, and as this happens, you both see this, and Akane, you just effortlessly duck down as Pandal sort of squats slightly, not having to move much at his current height of like 2.5 feet tall. This beam of energy fires out. It does clip you both as you duck down out of the way, but only just as you both take 1 point of damage. As the electricity, in fact, actually no, it doesn't even touch you. It goes over your head, but some of the electrical energy charging and coursing through the beam glances down into you as it sort of arcs out of the beam. So you both take 1 point of damage from that.
Nice.
That's really disappointing.
I like you.
No, it isn't.
Wow.
Basically, yeah.
And then it's the big guy's turn because you messed up the initiative.
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're supposed to have a
I had
20,
20.
but you gave him an 8.
Yeah, you changed it to 8. I don't know why.
Oh, you're
I
right.
don't know how.
Okay, that's what that was. Yes, sorry, I clicked on the
Yeah,
wrong.
we told you.
I clicked
a
on the
bunch,
thing.
but you ignored us.
I had its token selected and accidentally rolled the initiative for the other one.
Yep.
So, this guy has a movement speed of quite a lot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Let me just...
With who?
the little drone boy
Oh,
is
the
going to
little
fly
guy.
this way. Matthias,
Why?
you can
Attack of
make an attack
opportunity.
of opportunity if you want
Yeah.
it,
Did I wait?
Sure thing.
but it's
Did it move from?
basic
Where did it move from?
Here.
Here.
here. You do not get an attack of
Oh, okay.
opportunity. As if
If it moved from here, then it would have. But you know.
Technically, Pandal could take one as well then.
Yeah.
I could him.
yeah, Panda, you can as well.
Dick.
Are you actually gonna use your rapier
Quick
for
draw
once?
my dagger in an attempt to slash at it.
You can't draw a weapon to make an attack of opportunity.
Well, do you expect me to punch it then?
Yes, it would have to
Yeah.
be an armed
Yes.
attack. Because you
Yeah,
don't have
stop
a jump.
that. I'm not doing that.
I mean, you might as
That
well.
Panda will try.
I am more likely
it's,
to
I believe,
hurt
just
my
strength.
knuckles than do anything good. I have a
That's
-2
dex,
to
watch.
strength.
I can't make an attack of
I
opportunity.
don't
can
think
I?
your modifier is going to make a difference.
Yeah, it does.
No.
I would.
As it
I'll
dash,
flail at it.
it dashes past you, not even using its full movement. I think it used it has enough to get to there, I know this.
Try and copy what Wakili did against the big one and just fuck it up.
as you slash out at it with your hands, but unsuccessfully, as it just dives out of the way easily.
I could kill it in probably.
Right, and with that, the superior drone's turn. Again, it rears back its it rears back. You can see the energy now. Now that you know what to look for, you can see the energy sort of building between these two long protrusions at the back of its head, supposedly. Before then, again, 4 more arcane missiles launch upwards, up into the air, hang for a brief moment, and then pummel down. Wakili, these are all against you.
Oof.
Fudge. Oh.
It's not happy with you.
Well, I mean, to be expected. That's 4 of them against me.
That is 4 against you.
1.
1 success. 2 successes.
4.
Team fucking Wakili, Jesus.
The fuck? Alright.
Wakili's kind of
my
done at this
God.
point. He's kind
Okay.
of fucking done.
That's just amazing.
That's a shame, because I rolled really good damage on one of them, and minimum damage on the other. So you take 4
Guess
points
which
of
one I
damage.
take. So I only take 4 points of damage from that. Nice.
Yeah.
As you carefully,
That's
you just like
amazing.
bound up
Nat
the wall
20,
and just
holy fuck.
do sort of a roll over them. As it sort of smashes into the floor around you, as this sort of explosions, and you glance down, it sort of hits you a little bit, but you are basically unaffected by the arcane force. Sorry.
See, I told you
Hex
dodging
distracted
them
me.
was a good idea.
Okay.
Wait, yeah.
Directly after that, it's going to make a bash attack again at Wakili.
Uh-oh.
20. I assume that hits.
That's exactly my AC.
Can I
Yargon,
make
you're
a,
being
can I make a
paged from the
reaction
channel.
to...
Can you make a reaction to cutting Morty?
No, you
Okay,
can't.
but-
You've already used your reaction this turn to attempt to hit the drone.
Oh, yes, I didn't know.
Unfortunately.
Yargon, you used. You're being paged in aftermath.
I saw. Yeah, hang on.
Wait, does he? Yeah, yeah, that's exactly my AC. 20.
Oof.
Hex 5d4 by 10, and no, not the bad news. That's craftable only.
That's bad news.
Sorry, Jack. Cool. We have a new player joining us soon. He'll probably be joining us around the break or after.
Well,
Yeah, like that.
spoiled.
Well, there
now.
goes the.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
there
no.
goes the surprise. Oh, shh.
You rolled terrible.
Go ahead and roll
That's
that again. That is.
That
Ouch.
is 4.
That's
Oh.
better.
That's better.
From one extreme to another. Well then.
Okay.
Yay.
That flipped.
He's rolling
How
for
the tables have turned.
That's rolling for gold, by the way. So, back to the action. Yes, Wakili, as the construct, seeing you just effortlessly, if I can talk, dodge out of the way of its arcane missiles, somewhat annoyed at you, it lurches forward in another attempt to ram towards you. That attack should really hit everybody in front of it, shouldn't it? But it doesn't, as it smashes itself into you. You attempt to dodge out the way, but not quite, as it crushes you somewhat against the wall. You take 12 bludgeoning damage, and then it immediately pulls back, and as it does so, it slices out at you with its 2 claws. 2 sort
the
of sharp front legs.
Wait a minute. Where?
Jesus.
What?
What? Yeah, that hits. Doesn't. That hurts. That hits. Ow. Yeah.
3 slashing damage. Yeah, as it as it does so, it slices out at you with its claws, dealing 3 points of slashing damage as it just sort of catches you somewhat across the chest. But it's
I
actually
just
not
look
that bad.
up at it and shout out, "You know, I would fucking like to not die today."
How much HP did you just lose?
Yeah,
Almost
Like-
20?
yeah, just 20, like 21, I think. Or no, like
Oof.
only 18,
How much HP do you have?
42.
Oh, you have less HP than I do.
So I want to know how you lost 18 when you lost an odd number of hit points.
3 plus 12 plus 4. That's
4
19.
plus 12 plus
19.
That's 19.
3.
Yeah, yeah.
19.
Okay, 19.
Yeah, sorry, I've done it backwards. Yeah, as you say that, Wakili, the eye, this, what is effectively a dull red arcane glow behind a black panel of glass, shifts towards you. And you see it sort of narrow angrily in your direction, and then it looks pointedly, the entire creature looks very visibly straight towards Akane.
It just does not like her.
It really doesn't. And with that,
Or what can
Matthias, it's your turn.
I stop the beams as they are obviously utterly useless at this point. I'm just gonna walk forward a bit, speaking
Ignore
out.
the guy behind you.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd think a big ass blade for brains like yourself could take us on by itself.
DC 15 Wisdom save. Ugh.
You,
Nope.
you hear Pandal shout, "Oh shit, get fucked!"
Good. Great.
You rolled well on that damage as well. As you shout this out, the creature glares at you.
Is that it?
Hit me!
Don't encourage that.
Oof.
Oh, I do
that's-
absolutely encourage this. This is gonna.
Oh no.
Vesztel, you're up.
Oh, this is a never-ending bundle of joy, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, what can I do? I can do all the things. What? Oh, sorry, my screen just moved. It spooked me. I'm gonna move another 15 feet up there. Let's do Dagger of Roguish. Oh, I get advantage on this. I should roll again. Roll for crits, you know.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, let's use that first one,
Yeah, you
please.
do. Ouch.
And then sneak attack. So many dice.
22.
That damage.
Okay.
29. And then I was gonna do that as my bonus action, and then as my action, I'm gonna do a fairy fire.
Bonus action to attack?
Yeah, bonus action to attack. Yeah.
From what?
Oh yeah, never mind. Sorry, I have to do it. I forgot fire. Oh well.
Not quite how.
I need to get the advantage anyway.
That's not quite how that works anyway. You have to make an attack. It's once you've made
Yeah, I
an
know,
attack,
it's
you can
fine.
make a second-hand attack.
It's fine. I just forgot that I was gonna do fairy fire, and then it's fine. I'm just using a short sword. I forgot to roll for 7.
7. Okay. As
Half.
it. Oh, so it takes 6 because I already count off 1. So as Matthias walks forward, shouting at it, you stab up at, straight up into the creature as it has its focus on Mathias. You just take advantage of that, slashing up under just where the head meets with the body. There's this thick thing of what looks like kind of piping that moves and bits and pieces that look kind of intricate in nature, and you just stick your dagger straight into those through the shield. No shits given, dealing quite a lot of damage. Remember to mark off your charges when you're using the roguish dagger, and then as the creature's head sort of drops forwards, it attempts to crush your hand with its effectively its own chin. You quickly pull your hand back, and then taking advantage of the situation, use your short sword and just stab it in right behind the head. Kind of have to reach round a bit, but you manage it, and then pull it back, and then go ahead and run away. Do you just disengage? Is that just a thing that you do?
Fancy footwork.
You didn't use your bonus action anyway, so either way.
No, he did. He did.
I did. I used my bonus action to
Oh,
attack.
yeah,
Second
yeah.
attack. Okay. That happens. With that, before Sauriv's turn happens, yeah, the creature is going to summon forth additional assistance.
No. Bad. I guess I should probably take care of these guys now.
Perhaps.
I don't want our mages to get royally ganked.
I mean, the
Oh,
front lines
I'm
are
about
kind
to
of
get-
busy being front lines.
Yeah.
Sauriv,
Oh,
as
it's behind.
Vesztel comes back, retreats from combat again, like the Vesztel that she is. Another one of those drones detaches itself from the ceiling, lowering into an attack position, effectively, from behind the construct. And I just skipped you on the turn tracker. It's your turn.
Nothing's to kill.
And I'm gonna attack this guy 3 times with my greatsword with advantage because thingy.
Yay.
Oh my god!
Sauriv, marry me.
Sauriv rolls 2 crits. Unfortunately, Sauriv, the effect of your sword means that crits don't deal double damage, only an 8 on the effect does.
Oh, what?
That was in the description you got given.
Damn.
It wasn't.
Yes, it is.
But still, he did roll really nice on the first damage.
Sauriv sword, giant cleave. On an 8 on the effect, the sword deals double damage, die and modifies. The sword does not deal double damage on the crit. That's the exact description. Unfortunately.
10 instead of 17.
I don't like this sword anymore.
Although you do
Hound.
know how bad it is if, well, it's a 1d8 versus a 1d, it's a 1 in 8 instead of a 1 in 20, so you know.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
it
it's a
does
1
that.
in it's a 1 in 8 that I could still mess with though.
Yeah.
True.
So it's gonna cancel itself out.
No, either way, it's still more likely, especially in situations like this. Either way,
I think I've only rolled an 8 on it once
yeah,
as well, and I missed.
you should have rolled more
So-
8s, but then again, your dice don't like you.
I mean,
Not lying.
they're
My
pretty
dice
good
don't
now.
like me. I just rolled 2 crits.
So,
And they
how
don't
much-
count.
Okay. Oh my god. Sauriv, as you see this, realizing that about now would be a time to kill this thing, you put all of your fury and your strength and your anger behind this, slashing at it straight across the front. This massive crack appearing in the glass. You can see the effectively, even as the eye passes over it, it kind of splits and shifts, and clearly that'll be messing with its vision. Thinking that's a good idea, you slash at it again and again, hitting it twice, cracking and shattering the glass on the front of it, gouging massive cuts across the front of this. You can see exposed wiring and those arcane plates and similar things on the inside. The creature is at 1 hit point.
Are you fucking kidding me?
At which point,
Only I had rolled decent on my damage, which I didn't. It's all crap.
it's gonna do a shield blast, because no thanks.
DC.
I think not. Yep, I think not.
Wakili?
I'm
God,
going
the con-
sorry, I had the wrong character sheet open.
The wee drone has to do it as well.
Oof. Oh wait, you made it.
Oh, you did make it, yeah. I thought it was a 15 there.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Yeah,
It's
it's
strength
1d6
save.
14.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Wait, where's the drum?
Nope.
Behind-
It's
the
5 feet
behind
behind
it.
it, yeah.
Oh,
No, it's 10 feet. It's 10 feet behind it.
There's a 5-foot gap. Yes, it's 10 feet behind it. Oh yeah, it doesn't have to make the save. Sorry. Yeah, that's really
That would
weird.
be funny though.
Pillock.
Either way, the creature blasts out with its arcane shield, significantly unhappy, but both you and Wakili brace yourselves for the impact and are apparently completely unaffected as this force of arcane just pushes over you, nearly knocking you off your feet, but you sort of crouch down and just power through it. Wakili, it's your turn.
Kill steal this motherfucker!
Well, we're
Nope.
not gonna,
I'm
we're
kidding,
Not
it's
gonna
not a
wait
kill
another
steal.
turn for you to-
does the thing look like it... What is the... Now that I realize that this thing's sentient, can I see what its emotions are?
Roll an
Or it's
insight
like-
check.
Alright. Does this take an action?
No. This is because you do not have eyes in the game.
Oh,
8.
gosh darn it.
You see fear.
Got 22.
I hold my sword, point it at the creature, look like I'm about to hit it, and then just shank it into the ground and say, if you want to live, tell your comrades to stand down now. Should I make an intimidation roll?
Go ahead.
Do I perhaps get advantage by having a fucking berserking barbarian right next to me?
The current situation it is in and you are in lets you roll at all.
Oh, come on, good roll, come on, good roll.
Oof.
No.
Your bardic
Come
inspiration
on!
if you want to use it.
I do?
You still have it.
No, he didn't.
Don't?
Oh,
have
do you
it.
not?
I
Okay.
think I do.
Use it.
I'm not keeping track of who has it. That's you guys' job.
No, didn't you use it to dodge one of those
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh my god.
I think that's the lowest roll I've ever seen. That's a -3.
Oh, well then.
Damaged and nearly destroyed. The creature on legs that are barely functioning at this point stumbles backwards away from you slightly. It's skittering and no longer having this the grip it should do on these floors.
Back of opportunity?
Not that far.
No, I'm kidding.
And with that, the legs curl under it. You see the large protrusions from the back of its head lower and widen apart.
Are we out of combat
I
time?
think you, I think you,
Yeah,
I think you cut out.
Yeah, describe
I
that
did?
again, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. So, the creature steps back from you shakily on barely working legs that barely have any grip on this floor somehow, despite the fact that you guys have perfect grip, because this floor is... ooh, it's magic. And the legs sort of curl down and under it into themselves as it retracts. The eye in the center blinks out, and the two protrusions from the back lower down behind the head.
Can I stab it?
Did you just fucking cut out again?
No?
Okay, he just
Yeah.
stopped. Are we out of combat time, or are these guys still attacking us?
Pandal, it's your turn.
Oh, still attacking us.
I've just watched this happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the drones still attacking us?
Are the drones still attacking you?
Can I make a perception to tell if the drones are still trying to fucking kill me?
Well, that one isn't. The other ones aren't doing anything currently.
I'm not gonna do anything then. I'm just gonna be like, just
Gonna
wait.
heal Akane or Wakili?
I think he's out.
I have one spell slot.
Oh,
Hold your action or something.
Actually, you tell.
Yeah.
I will inspire Wakili. Like, that was amazingly impressive. Do that again on all the other things, and we'll be fine. I'm
even
just
though it's
gonna-
like the least impressive thing, but it worked.
I'm just happy it worked.
It's just like stand down if you want to live. Maybe, please.
Okay, Akane, it's your turn.
I'll hold my action.
Okay. And with that, we leave combat time, because the drones don't do anything.
Alright then.
They just
I'm gonna
float.
walk up to this thing.
Oh, does this mean I don't get to kill it?
No.
Stab it.
Okay, yeah, plates for brains.
Ow.
Power back up.
How difficult is it to get around this thing?
It only controls the space it takes up on the map during combat. When it is not in combat, it's whatever size it is. The creature is about 10 feet long and about 5 feet wide.
Where did
Gotcha,
we put
construct.
the still intact and operational drones at?
In your portable hole.
The other drones...
Wakili grabs
As-
the portable hole off his neck, tosses it onto the wall, and starts removing the drones from inside of it.
I'm just gonna sit down against the wall.
You will not be able to get this in there. Yeah, this won't fit in the hole, it's too big.
I think he's trying to give the drones back.
Yeah, I'm giving the drones back. I'm taking the drones out
Sorry,
of
I
my
thought you
hole
were
and
trying to
putting
put this in the hole. Yeah,
No, no.
the
No.
small drones...
Pacified it. Now it is your slave.
the small drones around you, they're wary. They're definitely keeping an eye on you, but they and they keep their weapons trained on you because their eyes and weapons are more or less the same, but they stay out of the way.
I
They
put all
just
the
stay out of
drones
reach.
down on the ground. You know, put the 6 ones that I, basically incapacitate on the ground. Look over to the big
Vesztel!
one.
Yes?
Where the fuck are you going?
I'm checking the corner.
How about we stay together and
Yeah,
figure out
remember
what
how
this
that
big guy
went last time,
wants?
genius?
Yes, and I can run faster than her.
Well, let's not and say we didn't.
Anne, you alright?
I think so.
Well, she can talk, so that's a start, at least.
I suppose,
Now
yeah.
you plate your brains power back up.
Thanks a lot, Pandal.
Yes, my job.
You saved my life.
It doesn't respond to you, Mathias.
I kick plate your brains.
As you do
Hey.
that, the shield flares up in place.
Enough,
You kick the
I say,
shield.
stepping between Mathias and the thing.
God fucking damn it.
It's done. This isn't our place to come into. This thing is sentient and it can think for itself. We have no right to take its life. We entered its home, its abode. It's simply defending the place it calls home.
I
Could have,
don't
like,
want-
locked the door or something, given us a fucking signal something lived here.
Well, it's not like we had to fucking break down a door to get in here now, did we?
We didn't.
Because Sauriv doesn't know its own strength.
Uh,
Beside the point.
Well, if it had
Never mind,
any,
guys.
any
I mean-
intention of not killing us, maybe it could have started with not killing us,
Did you
and
notice
especially
that
not
they
killing her.
resisted? Did you not notice that they held back? Those drones had a beat on you the second you opened those boxes. They could have shot you then and there, but they held their shots.
Yeah, Wakili, and if I'm not mistaken, you did not.
Exactly.
Oof.
That's the problem.
Okay, what I'm getting out of this is being a paragon of virtue has hurt everyone in the situation and lost me my fucking payday. So we need to make a decision about what the fuck we're gonna do here.
I mean,
I
we
didn't
still
say
have
anything
a
about losing our payday. I didn't say anything about losing our payday. I look over at the creature. We still defeated this thing. I look over at him. I just like to think that we can walk out of here without killing it. Maybe give it a fucking chance.
Maybe. We'll see
I mean,
about that.
I look down at it. Unless you want to go again.
Wait, where did I put the thing?
I'm just holding my sword on my shoulder with a massive grin, hoping to God that it does.
Vesztel, you just, yeah, there we go.
Chilling?
I just put
No, you
down
just
the
disconnected.
drones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because I apparently opened YouTube on accident.
Good job. Yeah, no, it doesn't respond to you guys at all. It's just unresponsive.
Either
Can I
way.
stab it?
No. We'll let it live.
You can
You
certainly
guys
try.
go investigate. You guys can go and investigate the rest of the place. I'll watch over these lots.
Sauriv, hop hop.
I really
What?
wanted it to hit me. I
What?
can't.
Oh, right, oh, what?
Yes.
What? I say, looking over at Mathias.
You're coming with me.
There's a big
I
circle.
really wanted to hit this thing. I really wanted
Yes.
it to hit me.
Why?
I just gotta follow Mathias.
Because I would have hit it back real hard.
Yes, I say, just looking like, why are you saying this? Just like a look of, why?
Hey, Yargon, I'm
Mathias
gonna
is
cautiously
angry.
peek around the corner. Oh no, it's... Hi there.
They
Is
are
this thing
watching you.
hostile?
They are
Oh, they're just
all
watching.
watching you. Matthias and Akane, go
Yes.
ahead and roll me Arcana checks, both of you.
Arcana?
Nobody else can
Oh,
roll.
there's a lot.
Yeah, there are a
there's-
lot.
There's a lot, guys.
21 and
Hey,
19. Okay.
19.
I call back to Wakili. There's about 8 more in here.
Maybe it's a good thing I told them to stand down instead of continuing the fight.
Ah, we could take him.
Guys. Akane, Matthias, you see the crystals in the center of the room. They are green, slightly glowing, and just sort of piled there. The glow doesn't appear to be so much as emanating from one crystal as emanating from the pile in itself. It is effectively the entire pile is glowing because it is a pile, not because it is one crystal. And it's not the crystals that are glowing, it's almost as though the air around them is. Matthias, if you use your Eldritch Sight, which you don't actually need to with a 19 Arcana, you can tell these are very, very magically active. These... You know that there is a ritual for such things. These are... Effectively, they store energy, power, mostly in the arcane. They work with the flux to change the very nature of something. And you know that there is a ritual, although you don't know the ritual, and Akane, for some reason, knows that the library knows the ritual. Well, it is in the library. You've seen it in glancing, but in passing, but never particularly paid much attention to it. There is some complex ritual that you can do to use these and effectively give an arcane power to someone. It's usually not very much, but you usually use one crystal, not a pile like these. We're also aware that that power is split equally between all participants in the ritual. Effectively, these give you XP if you use the ritual.
Oh, oh, that's boring. I thought it was like
Well,
you learn a spell or something,
oh, there may be side effects.
regardless of your class.
There may be
Oh,
side effects.
That's interesting.
Oh no.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Sauriv
side,
learns calm emotions.
side effect.
Pandal learns Dominate Monster.
Dominatrix.
Dominate person.
That wouldn't work on you.
That's a dominatrix, I guess.
That's what Panda does in his free time. Not in the working.
I'm gonna walk up to the crystal, walk
Matthias,
past this guy.
I think there's a ritual with this stuff in the library.
I'm going to poke a crystal.
Ritual?
Yeah.
Vesztel? Oh, for the love of...
Vesztel, you poke the crystal. What do you poke it with? How do you poke it? Describe it.
I poke it with my gloved finger. I just poke it and look. I just glance at the drones.
Okay, you poke the crystal. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh gosh, dang it.
Meanwhile, I'll tell Mathias that yeah, it supposedly gives arcane power to everyone in the ritual.
And I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration on that.
Okay. Do you still have inspiration?
Yeah, I have it.
One shot.
Not anymore.
You take 18 points of energy. Energy damage, effectively. Not energy damage, what's the word? Lightning damage. As the glow around these crystals coalesces in an instant and then flashes out towards you with this crackle that you can all hear. Even Wakili, you even hear it, this crack of arcane energy as it lances out into Vesztel.
Ow, 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 ow,
Can
ow,
you
ow,
not
ow.
touch the obviously magic crystals?
What was that?
Obviously magic crystals!
I don't know what it was, but it didn't go well for Vesztel.
That's to be expected.
That was like
at least
half
we
my
know
health.
they're reactive now.
Yeah, I was just
Bloody
testing.
hell.
I didn't
Sauriv,
grab it, I just poked it.
Sauriv, as you
I
walk past it,
noticed.
you see little sparks of energy between the crystals,
I guess I should have looked at that.
but they don't react to your presence.
Does it look similar to the two orbs?
No.
No. Okay.
Right, how do we pick that stuff up now? This is great.
The glow around the crystals is now gone.
Oh.
It
Now
was as
that
if the
it
air was glowing.
discharged
It
into
coalesced
me.
into a single thing and discharged into Vesztel.
Okay, so the glow's gone.
Can I roll
Yes.
Arcana to figure out if that was a trap or not?
I walk over to Sauriv. I dare you to poke it.
I dare you to not fucking get my friend killed.
Yeah, go for it, Mathias.
Don't have
I
to tell me
didn't-
twice.
24.
Ooh, nice.
That was not the, that wasn't a trap. That is a property of the crystals themselves.
Okay.
I would
is
totally
safe
poke it
to
again,
assume
but it
that
would
is-
kill me.
Is it safe to assume that it was discharged now and that it will take some time before it shocks again?
That is
Or-
correct.
Before he says anything, and Vesztel says, "I dare you to do it," just say,
You don't need to tell me twice, and I'm not going to poke it. I'm going to try and lift some of it up.
Oh.
Oh, don't touch the magic. Okay, you
Sauriv,
can touch the magic crystals.
Sauriv, you find like you feel this tingling sensation in your hands as you lift it up. But that's it.
tickles.
Buddy,
Right.
crystal alone? You seem to be having a good time.
Scatter the pile before it charges again.
Yeah, alright.
We'll fill up the bags.
I'm gonna start putting pieces of it into my backpack.
It's, become
yeah,
like
that's it.
reasonable like Wakili, but we should probably ask the fucking plate face if we can have its crystals as we did almost murder it and then not because we're lovely.
Right.
I mean,
we should have
saying
some-
that, it
But
is
we won in
also-
combat because
Yeah.
Wakili, what are you doing?
I'm just watching over the people. I'm just watching over them, making sure they aren't doing like trying to make a move or whatnot.
They're just not responding.
Alright, I have my bow and an arrow in my hand, and I'm just watching them.
It appears dead.
I'm just gonna
effectively.
point at the drone nearest to me. Oh, you have a problem with us taking these?
No response.
They do not respond.
Hey!
See, Mathias, you're doing it wrong. I'm going to point at one, and I'm just going to go, beep boop, beep boop. Very menacingly, pointing at it.
0101 question mark?
Did
Shut
those
up.
two just
Five.
or they've always been here?
See, he understood me. I don't understand it, but he
I
understood
highly
me.
doubt that. You know what? Screw this shit.
I
Give
start putting
me. How long is it for a ritual? 10 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
Give me 10 minutes. Don't do in the rule. Give me 10 minutes. Don't do anything stupid.
Sometimes it depends on the spell.
How many pieces are
Um,
there?
I believe,
Comprehend languages.
I believe a ritual just adds 10 minutes to the duration.
Yeah.
That's not what a ritual does. It's
no.
ritual spells.
casting time.
Ritual casting, it takes 10 minutes. Ritual total just means that you have to sort of sit down and do it with arcane sigils in the floor and stuff.
I'm
do
going
exactly
to
that.
sort the pieces by size
Okay.
and count them while he does that.
Sure.
I'll take an eye at Vesztel. Keep an eye at Vesztel.
Alright. That's all. There are roughly about sort of 500 these little crystals.
500?
Some of them slightly bigger, but most of them appear this sort of effectively one size, about an inch
When
in
I get
length,
to
and some of them appear about 2 inches in length, and they're all about maybe an eighth of an inch diameter. This kind of crystalline shape,
when I get to the
hexagonal
smaller
prism.
ones,
with points on
I
the end.
want to pocket 2 of them. 2 of the smaller ones.
Akane.
I'm not gonna let Akane see.
Sleight of hand versus perception.
Can I also roll perception?
Yes, you can. Everyone
You,
in the
you
room
didn't
can.
say you were watching me though. Akane did.
Okay, passive then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Never mind.
that fucking that fucking
Why do you
modifier
have-
already
why are you rolling
beats my
twice?
roll.
Because I was stealing 2.
What's that?
Ah, okay.
Should I
Sauriv.
roll 2 perception then, or?
Yeah. Yes, if she's rolling twice.
I don't think you can't beat my modifier.
Oh no, I can't even beat
Sauriv.
it. Yeah.
Pandal,
Damn.
both of you roll as well.
Okay.
I was just going with passive, but
I mean, yeah, I'm not paying
just
attention. I'm
14.
trying to
I'm
get
not
the attention of
particularly
this
paying
drone.
attention. I'm also just trying to take some of it.
Oh, you're
Not
trying to take
subtlety
some?
at all. I'm
Okay.
just stuffing it in my bag.
Akane, you see that.
Yeah.
You ruined all the perfect sorting I did.
Be careful, Sauriv.
Hmm?
We
What?
don't know what it does yet.
Pandal.
Well, no, but I'm assuming it's valuable.
Pandal, what are you trying to do?
I just like ask the drone routine questions. Hello, my name is Pandal. You are, and like gesture at it, try to see if it responds.
It clearly looks down at you, almost taking note of you for the first time. And then just looks straight back up.
I will look mildly offended that it didn't notice me beforehand.
It just looks away.
So we wait 10 minutes, I guess?
Don't worry, Pandal, you're alright.
Wakili, you're just going to continue to
You
sit in the corridor
all
for
coming
10
along
minutes?
in there, okay?
Oh, which way?
I'm actually gonna go somewhere else, and I'm gonna
Oh no.
Yeah.
Go touch the Tesla coil thing.
Wakili,
I'm gonna go down this corridor.
okay.
I'll just see what there is.
Again, at the... Oh, you see it in a minute. Wakili, yeah. If you're going to sit there for 10 minutes, the 2 drones in the hall, this one will move up. Oops, I moved it off the map.
Just did it.
This one moves up, but other than that, the drones just watch you.
And there's probably just like a pile of the ones that I incapacitated over there on the ground.
These 2 watch you. The big one is just appears to be not working. Sauriv, yeah, there is just a flat wall there, as if there's additional corridor, but there isn't anything past the corridor. The corridor goes on and then just ends, and there's kind of no point in it. It's really strange looking, but it's just how it is.
Should we divide
I'm gonna
these?
do me an investigate.
Go ahead and do
Should
you
we-
an investigate.
Should we have
Investigate.
people?
6.
You find a wall.
Nice.
Alright.
Do you call anyone over?
Matthias,
Yes.
you roll for comprehend languages. Can you go ahead? Oh, you did. Literal
Oh, you
meaning of
roll-
any spoken language you hear. You also understand written language that you see but must be touching the surface on which the words are written. Takes about 1 minute per reading to take effect. Secret messages in text glyphs such as... Okay. You finish your ritual. Oh, wait. For ritual casting, do you have to,
Get the book out, yes.
do you have to actually draw sigils on the ground? Is that actually a requirement of ritual casting?
Uh,
I
I
forgot.
don't think it says that anywhere.
No. No,
I think
I know that's
something
like
we can
always
decide.
how everybody says it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the way that makes sense to me, but
Yeah, no, I think it is.
And you could just do it on bits of paper with ink. Like it's
Yeah.
like the magic
Or
clean.
otherwise,
Yeah.
I'll just do it on the bloody wall.
I am just... yeah, let me just check the wording on this, because if it is, you won't be able to do it on the floor.
I can't actually find anything in the spell in the player's
Well,
hand.
if I can't do it on the floor, I'm just gonna do
Which
it
is
on the
weird.
wall. Just need circles.
Yeah, I don't find anything. Alright, okay, so yeah, you... on the wall. I want to say that wouldn't work, but I... Physics, so yeah, go ahead. You, take out a thing and start drawing on the wall, and you get a kind of watchful
Hey.
look from one of these drones, but as you keep drawing. But after a brief moment, it turns back to facing the direct center of the room, as they all are, and it ignores you. You manage to complete your ritual. It's a bit strange, trying to ritual cast on a wall, with your writing your sigils on a wall that you normally have to draw around you, that you sit in. You kind of have to do it in a semicircle and lean against the wall, and it's a bit strange, but you manage to pull it off.
Sure. Yargon, you are cutting out quite a lot.
Yeah.
Am I?
You might,
Yeah.
yeah, you might want to get either your microphone sensitivity lowered or you need push to talk.
Ah, okay,
Oh, yeah.
here we go. Does that help?
Yeah.
Seems to work.
Possibly, time will tell.
Sorry, I had automatically determine input sensitivity on, and apparently that's
Yeah,
not good
okay.
enough. I don't know
No,
why it keeps turning that
definitely
on.
not good enough.
Sure. So yeah, it's a bit awkward, but you do manage to pull it off.
Right.
You complete your ritual.
As soon as the ritual's complete, then I'm gonna walk right up to this guy. Hey, you understand me?
It doesn't respond. It's just facing
Hey.
the center of the room.
I am gonna tap it.
It immediately recoils from your touch.
Do
Recoiling
you-
backwards and upwards, taking note of you, facing towards you and pointing its weapon at you, pointedly.
Do you understand me?
Doesn't respond.
I've heard you guys speak before. Talk.
Matthias, I don't think it understands you.
It doesn't respond.
Try the beep boops again.
Sauriv, talk to it.
because it'd be ugly.
Well then.
Sauriv doesn't respond.
Sorry, he doesn't respond either.
Sauriv has stood there, scratching his head and looking at the sigils.
Wait, what? What am I doing? What?
We were talking. We were
Sauriv.
telling you to do the beep boops.
Could you talk to this thing, please?
Oh, all right. Beep, boop, 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 beep.
It looks over.
Boopity beep boop.
It looks over at you, and
Like he just assaulted his mother.
again you hear that sort of strange. Matthias, you understand it to basically simply being Sauriv is being told to fuck off. Literal translation.
Not the first time.
Nice.
I posted the.
Yeah, I see it. Thanks.
Yeah.
So you're only gonna talk if you get pissed off.
It returns to just facing the center of the room.
I mean,
Alright, buddy. Don't know what the hive mind over there in the room in the corridor is. How much do you care for it exactly?
It continues just facing the center of the room. It doesn't respond.
Because I can totally take this short sword, jam it up its eye socket and kill it.
It continues to not respond.
Let's just take the
Beep,
thingies and get out.
boop, bastards.
In unison, all of them in the room look at you simultaneously, and from every single one of them, they simply respond, "Leave."
Are you all done in there? I say, probably hearing that noise.
I think they're swearing at us.
Oh, they
Surprise,
are.
surprise! They tend to do that. People tend to do that when strangers barge in and kill people they know.
Guess
It's
what?
Kill
we
that
do?
many though.
I think we killed like 8.
You kill
Two. No, we only killed
I
2.
incapacitated
Two.
6.
Is it okay if we take our time to leave and take those crystals with us?
No response. They're all just staring
Let's
at the
just
center
take
of the room
crystals
again.
They just...
and-
What? Is everything okay in there?
I say we have 2 people.
These guys
carry
are assholes.
What's new?
I talk. I swear. I say we have 2 people carry them. Sauriv is already carrying quite a few. Mathias, you have a bag of holding, correct?
Yep,
I suggest you grab the other ones.
sure thing.
How much do the crystals weigh?
I
That
can't
the 2
keep
that I
an
took,
eye
the
out.
small ones.
Yes.
Don't bother recording it. They weigh so little, it's not worth recording. They literally weigh effectively nothing.
What about the big ones? Like, are there bigger ones? That
They are
heavy,
only 2 inches long.
Oh, right, okay.
They're 2 inches long and, again, still just about 1/8 of an inch across, with these slight points on the end. They're still really small.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
just-
thought there was bigger ones
crystals-
because of the graphic of the map. I guess you just couldn't find anything else.
I could have found the same graphic a bunch, but it would have just looked bad. So I just
Yeah,
representative, effectively.
yeah, fair enough.
Sorry, yeah.
So Sauriv and Mathias are carrying the crystals. Well, most
Yeah,
of the
I
crystals.
just noted it down.
Yeah,
as
that's my
bunch of
carry bait, so-
crystals. I noted down as a bunch of crystals in my inventory. Is that
Uh,
okay?
yeah, they don't have any weight to them, effectively. Each crystal, they are so light that when you drop them, they are almost, like, if you let go of them, they almost float down. Kind of like a feather would.
Damn.
Oh, huh. Well
That's
then.
interesting.
If you drop them end down, they fall a lot faster. If you drop them on their side, they do not fall about much faster than a feather. They're very, very light. So,
Cool. So we leave the room, I'm guessing? Because now we have all the crystals?
Suppose. Yeah.
so you're going to go ahead and pick up all of those?
Alright. Yep,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to.
I'm gonna be watching all the drones though. Just
Hope
in
you
case.
didn't need those. If you did, you really should have told us.
Could just,
Also,
Dash and grab
for
much.
some reason, I'm able to see through Pandal's eyes. And I
You
don't know
can
why.
control him.
Oh, wait, is that because of his
Well,
That's because of him. No, it's because
Because
he has
he's
a
light,
lamp.
yeah.
It's because
that's
he's
true.
I'm a
actually got
twat
a light.
carrying a lamp around.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can't see in the dark.
Is there anything up there? And I just point behind me.
Nope. I went up there and there was nothing. It's just a dead end.
Can I
Anyone
go up
else
there
go
and
up
look?
there?
What you look?
Yeah, I'm
What you doing,
following.
Vesztel?
I'm gonna go up there and look at the wall.
You
Look,
guys have
you
no
guys,
faith.
I've already investigated. There's nothing there.
That doesn't mean anything.
Of course, Harry, but it doesn't hurt to double check.
Oh,
Do you want to roll investigation?
Do you want to roll investigation?
Yes. I
Go
would like
ahead
to
and roll.
investigate. Ooh, not bad.
17, 18,
Not gonna roll with
In there.
13,
Okay. 9.
9.
9!
It's a wall.
Nice.
You've all
Cool.
now intricately studied the wall for a while, but it's a wall.
I told you there was nothing here.
Sauriv was correct.
Yeah, as we've told you guys. Like, I can't believe
See?
all you morons went up here to come look. That's
You-
so dumb.
I pat him on the shoulder. Good spot, Sauriv.
I'm really proud at the smart pissing scene.
Wait. Why is I just the turn order scared me.
Sorry, I was just
PSD.
clearing the turn order.
So, how'd it
Alright.
go? I say.
Yeah,
Well,
crystal
these guys-
beams.
I point over at the drone. These guys are not willing to talk unless
Surprise.
you insult them.
We got a whole load of
Surprise.
crystal.
Hey, where's your hive mind? I just turned to one of the drones and asked that.
It
The-
just glares at you.
The fuck is a hive mind?
Ooh.
I think he's talking about like bees. I'm not sure.
Basically, one big brain thinking for all of them.
I mean, I look over at the big guy. I mean, it seems like that's partially their hive mind, but at the same time, I mean,
I don't know about I don't know what to think of the big guy here.
I don't know.
Says the one.
What the hell is up with you guys?
Oh.
What do you want?
That's scary.
What? What just happened? What?
Behind
Around.
us.
Oh.
I point at the drone that's still with us and I say, join them now. And you lot stop moving.
Yeah, it's really freaking me out.
They're not gonna stop moving.
Just
I
gonna-
see.
Beep,
Ah.
boop.
Oh my gosh.
I
In
just look
unison,
over at them.
you simply hear, "Leave now." Yep.
What
We
is
are
saying?
leaving.
No, all
Thank
of you hear
very
that
much.
in common.
Oh.
Oh, they could.
Oh.
We
All right.
leaving. I have very short legs.
Same.
Bastards
say-
left me there for 10 minutes, scribbling on the wall, sitting up with my...
Matthias, now's not the time. We should probably go before the angry drone
No,
pops on
what's
us.
that?
What's with the purple spots? Oh wait, that's the
Those are the
dancing
dancing-
light.
yeah.
Those are my fucking Vessel's light.
Fuck is
Holy
my-
fuck, that's scary, man.
How the fuck is my token went?
Sorry,
Sorry,
disappears
what?
into the fucking.
I actually have. Where's my token went?
Where did
Am I
Sauriv
okay?
go?
I don't
Hey,
know.
guys, just-
I can't see for
Sariv's
myself.
getting consumed
Can you see
by the
anything,
drone.
Sauriv?
I can see Pandal.
Who wants to go check what the electricity up there is all about?
Matthias, I think we should, do
leave.
as the scary laser beam people say.
me.
For some reason, I can see where
What
Pa-
do you even
what
plan
Pandal
on
sees.
doing with it?
Okay,
I don't know,
let me go
knocking all
ahead
those balls
and
off.
plot you
Let's
back
not.
down.
I say, let's not angrily piss off the rest of the drones that are all aiming whatever the
You guys
fuck
don't know
they
they're
have
called
in them.
drones.
They're
wrists.
already pissed
Well, we
off.
call them drones. Because they're droning
Invented the
and
word.
annoying.
They're not droning, they're not making any noise. You don't know they're called drones.
No, I don't know where I am.
That's matter. I am kind of confused. Yeah, you appear to have just vanished.
You accidentally delete your own token.
No! My hand wasn't even on my fucking keyboard.
I'm gonna
I don't know what
pause.
happened.
You can.
say,
Okay,
Did we
seem
down
to
the
be-
other corridor?
hang
I
on.
believe we did
Now
go
you're-
down.
Now
there
you're
another
in
corner?
favor of looking somewhere else?
No,
There's
yeah,
that
we should go. We should really like go, like right, like leave.
Yeah, let's just go.
Sauriv, what's
I-
your
I-
dark vision?
60 feet.
I think that's a good idea.
Probably is.
Oh my god, I can see.
There you go.
Yay.
Vesztel.
Thank you.
What? Yes?
Over here.
Yes, no.
Where did they are okay?
They've been following you this whole time. I was trying to fix Sauriv. Sorry.
Um,
Yeah, no, they are following right behind you, and it was effectively down
It was
that way.
down, right? It's the way
Yes.
out.
hmm.
And I left. GT.
GG, no re.
Yeah, just gonna walk out looking pretty happy with all the loot.
Okay, and we will return
I'm pretty
to
happy
the
with
world
mine.
map. So, you make your way down the... That is the wrong map. You make your way along the... along this huge corridor, 45 feet wide, 50 tall, maybe more. It's very dark, even with a little bit of light from the dancing lights, dark vision, the lantern, you can barely even see the side of it. It's, again, still perfectly pristine, clean floor, with the strange grooves in it, this black metal, never seen it before. Same as it is the whole place, again with the dust on all the walls and all the surfaces, there's even dust on the roof, it's everywhere. As you make your way along, you come to the one door where there's light spilling in, and you make your way through that. It's the open door. And you come into the corridor where you first entered. Directly, basically in front of you, there's this hole, again, with all these jagged bits of pipes and stuff sticking out of the wall, as a bit of the undercarriage, effectively, of the train has been completely just torn asunder. And I think you did remove the rope, didn't you? So there's no longer a rope hanging down, but it was a very easy climb to get up here. You can get down even easier.
Okay.
And I assume you'll want to just climb on down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm just gonna follow along the party for a while. I need the bus.
sure. So,
That's on record.
it is. So, you need to... you all climb down through this hole, taking your time a little bit to be sure not to hurt yourself, or in Akane's case, just sort of jumping down, just flaring your wings and not hitting the ground hard at all.
I mean, I could just jump down if it's less than. I mean, because I got
Yeah.
feather fall.
And yeah, you just do pretty much the same thing. You and Akane can just jump down effortlessly. Sauriv tries to copy you, and Pandal, it kinda hurts, as I assume you're riding on Sariv's shoulders.
Yeah, I would be by
I
this
think
point.
you were. So, yeah, it kind of hurts as you are nearly thrown off Sauriv as he sort of does a 3-point landing and then stands back up again. And with that, as you step forward, you see the about 150 foot of this train that is just hanging out over over into the air, and you can see the mountain before you. It's been a little while, not particularly long, but it's been a couple of hours. Actually, it's been about an hour and a half. So again, as it was previously, the sun was beginning to reach towards the horizon. It's now effectively almost resting on the horizon, as you see out the land stretching out ahead of you. And you can see Korea in the distance, very, very tiny. Little blue train. It's sort of blue washed with the colours. And you can just see it as the sun just beginning to touch some of the hills behind Korea. And with that, we're going to go to a break for a bit.
Oh, I
Take a
just
long
got
rest.
back. Fucking hell.
Well, we need to level anyways.
Yes, so we are going to go for a break for a bit. So, yeah, we've got an outro now. So we're going to go watch the outro. Gonna put the outro on, and there's a link to the playlist now in the description, so be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching this episode of Aftermath. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Be sure to click the little bell icon if you want notifications when new episodes are released. In the description down below, you can find links to Mag's channel, where he, Luke, and some of their friends play Shadowrun Paranoia, and a link to Vom's channel, where you can find the stay list of memes. You can also find a link to our website, where you can find the tabletop role-playing game I'm writing called Starships and Laserguns, which will be playing on this channel soon. There's also a link to my Patreon, which supports the development of Starships and Laserguns by helping to pay for the website and allowing me to commission artwork. We'll see you in the next episode.